Hey guys, we got some new anti-gun stuff coming down today from the top, from Trump himself, and I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention who may not be aware of it. I'm hoping it's not too late for the people to do something, but I'll go ahead and read it first. As you can see it on the screen, Memorandum for the Attorney General. Application for the definition of machine guns to bump fire stocks and other devices. The other devices is the very scary part here. After the deadly mass shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada on October 1st, I asked my administration to fully review how the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives regulates bump fire stocks and similar devices. Although the Obama administration repeatedly concluded that particular bump stock type devices were lawful to purchase and possess, I sought further clarification of the law restricting fully automatic machine guns, which fully automatic machine gun and bump fire stocks, two totally different things. Accordingly, following established legal protocols, the Department of Justice stated the process of promulgating a federal regulation interpreting the definition of machine gun under federal law to clarify whether certain bump stock devices should be illegal. The advance notice of proposal rulemaking was published in the Federal Registry on December 26, 2017. Public comment concluded on January 25th, 2018, with the Department of Justice receiving over 100,000 comments. Today I'm directing the Department of Justice to dedicate all available resources to complete the review of the comments received, and as expeditiously as possible to propose for notice and comment a rule banning all devices that turn legal weapons into machine guns. Although I desire swift and decisive action, I remain committed to the rule of law and to the procedure the law prescribes. Doing this the right way will ensure the resulting regulation is workable and effective and leaves no loophole for criminals to exploit. I would ask that you keep me regularly apprised of your process. That's the dumbest thing I've read in I don't know how long. For one, machine guns are legal. They're very expensive. You got to be, go through the tax stamp and NFA and all that, but they are legal regardless. Secondly, ban bump stocks, whatever. None of that will make a dime's worth of difference. Not one bit. I mean, what are they going to do? Make a person, register their finger? I mean, you can take your finger and bump fire just as easy as anything else. Most gun owners do not care about bump stocks. They're a novelty, something, they take out to the range, have a little fun with, whatever. Most people that have them rarely even use them. It's just a novelty like anything else. It was a fad for a while, and that's it. Ammo's expensive, and to go out there and just burn through it, a lot of people just won't do. But regardless of any of that, like I said, the device is not even needed to begin with. So, you can ban all of that stuff, every bit of it. Criminals will still get it. I mean, you can make devices that'll do that. Like I say, you're going to cut off everybody's finger to keep them from, doing any of that. And how can you regulate the rate of fire of semi-auto anyway? There is no standard rate of fire. It's just squeeze the trigger, round goes off, plain and simple. Not hold the trigger. There's nothing you're going to buy over the counter to where you're going to just put it on your gun, hold the trigger, and with one trigger pull, empty the gun. No. You can buy an auto sear, things of that sort. If you've got a substantial amount of money, do the paperwork and all of that. So none of this stuff is going to do any good. There's no loophole that anybody's going to, not be able to exploit. There's nothing being exploited here to begin with. That's a dumb rule. And like I said, there is no device that you can over the counter buy and walk out with that will turn your rifle into a machine gun. It is not there. Not going to happen. You cannot do it. If you make something or do something to do that on your own, which can be done. There's videos on YouTube and all over the internet that show how to do all of that. If you do it, then of course you're breaking the NFA laws and all of that, so you're a criminal to begin with. And criminals do not care about laws. I mean, how is that so difficult for people to understand? They do not care. I mean, we've banned heroin. There's more people on heroin today than there ever has been. You know, drinking and driving is illegal. Happens every day. So they're always wanting to go after an inanimate object. When's the last time any of you saw a gun in jail, in handcuffs, caught on the street alone while it's out, you know, performing its mass shootings? Never. It takes a human. We have a people problem, plain and simple. All of these, you know, a lot of them are younger kids living at home that are doing this kind of stuff. First off, I think the parents should be just as charged as what these shooters are, because they're not paying attention. Growing up, if I would have came home or been stockpiling weapons and ammunition, my parents would have known about it and done something. First off, I would have never been able to come up with that kind of money to do that in the first place. So that's one thing. Where are the kids getting all this stuff? And if they're not getting it, if they're not paying for it, they're stealing it, or could be stealing, mom and dad's stuff. Then again, it falls back on the parents. Pay attention and raise your kids. There's no excuse for it. This is what happens when you let the system raise your kids. 30 years ago, a lot of high schools around the country had shooting teams, had gun ranges. Nothing uncommon to see pickup trucks in the student, parking lot with gun racks, with guns, some loaded guns, hanging in the gun racks. No shootings. Sure, there's always fist fights, things of that sort. Nobody thought of grabbing the gun because kids were taught better. They knew, how to handle anger. They dealt with it and it was over. Now everybody's all taught to bottle it up. Don't do this, don't do that. So they snap. And then we wonder why things like this happen. So hopefully it's not too late to stop this before it becomes an even bigger mess. But I wanted to post this website here. I'll put the link in the description. It's how you can find your representative. Put your zip code in, find your rep. Call them, email them, whatever you can possibly do, as many times as you can do it. Call them every day if need be. I've been calling mine, emailing, everything. And to get them to, to not support this. To not vote for it, turn it down, whatever the case may be. Just to not have any more regulations that are going to do no more than hurt the average law-abiding citizen. They're not going to do one thing to stop any of these killings. And people want to bring up other countries as well. Oh, Europe doesn't have this problem, or Australia doesn't have this problem. Okay, they may not have as many shootings, but they get stabbings, bombings, your trucks of peace. We're going to ban rental trucks now? Ban your kitchen knives and steak knives? There's always going to be crazy people. Having the average citizens be sitting ducks is not the way to solve it. It's just going to make the problem worse. Some of the most dangerous cities in the United States are the ones with the heaviest gun control. But yet, things happen. Average citizens don't want to break the law and go get a gun for protection. Criminals could care less. None of that matters to them. But it's a sad state of affair. If you look here on regulations.gov, you can see we've had last month, January, a 30-day period for people to comment on, the new ATF ruling, on what they thought of, the classification of bump stocks, banning them, all of that. And only 36,000 people even commented. Millions of gun owners could not even be bothered long enough to send a simple email, a simple comment. It's very sad, but, I hate to say this, but if we do lose our gun rights, a lot of it's going to fall on the back of a lot of gun owners for simply not doing anything. I mean, we all want to poke the finger at the FBI and the Sheriff's Department for not stopping the shooter. Well, that's a valid point, but a lot of gun owners will share a lot of similar blame. We'll lose our rights, and they're going to wonder why. Because you did nothing to prevent it. So, hopefully, you can look into this a little more in the, what I've posted. I'll put the links of everything I posted down below. If I hear any further updates, I'll pass this along. But please share and like the video, spread it around to get the word out. And like I say, if I hear anything else, I'll definitely pass it along. So stay safe, guys, and never ever give up the fight. You're only one vote away from losing all of your rights. So hopefully we can stop this. If not, I don't know what the next step is, but we got to do something. Take care, guys.